Hello and welcome. Welcome. I see we've got Andy and Snow and Christine all here today. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to bring to your attention a little story that I came across because I think that people may be very interested to talk about like what's going on in Cambodia and with the traffic. This could happen anywhere. This particular incident that I'm going to show you happened in the UK, I think in England somewhere. So here it is. Oops, nope, wait, that's not the right tab. Why isn't it wanting to share the TikTok tab? Share. This one. Share. Okay.
A pedestrian that was jailed for 3 years after she rowed with an OAP cyclist.
And then the second lady fell into the street.
Spray, gestured
right?
hostile
Okay.
and aggressive
That's
way.
really all we need. Can I go back and play it again? All right. So this lady, she's actually quite disabled. Probably, she walks with a brace on her leg. You can see the width of the sidewalk. It's actually illegal for bicycles to be on the sidewalk, which they call pavement in the UK. And she actually motions like this. And I think as the lady's approaching, she says, "Get the F out of the way." She got convicted of manslaughter, and then that just got overturned, which is why it's kind of in the news now. I didn't know about it before. So she couldn't really get out of the way of the bicycle. The bicycle maybe should have slowed down instead of like continuing. But then as you see the
Pedestrian that was jailed for 3 years after she rowed with an OAP
she fell into the street, into the path of an oncoming car, which hit her, and she died. All right.
cyclist.
She falls over, and she dies. And every single day that I go out on the roads of Phnom Penh, I imagine, I try not to think about it too much, but I mean, in a defensive way, I imagine this situation happening because there's so many motorcycles that will come up. Like, let's say I'm waiting to pass someone. I'm waiting for a safe enough space to pass someone, and someone else will come up alongside and pass in that dangerous situation. Well, what if that person then got hit? Where's the motion going to go? They're going to get thrown into me. And then I'm going to fall down, and then cars are going to run over me. Right? I'm constantly on a defensive alertness to make sure that I avoid any situation like that as much as I have in my control. Because like I said, someone will come zooming up behind me that I have no awareness that they're even around, and they'll come this close to my motorcycle on one side and this close to a car on the other side. And so many times you just have to like hold on and stay straight and just don't let your nerves get you, right? This is very common in Cambodia. So yes, she was on. Yes, the bicycle person was on the sidewalk. She didn't slow down, I guess. She was a 77-year-old woman getting her exercise. It's a really tragic situation that it happened, but I know a lot of people from on my channel are very interested in Cambodia. My biggest video is the one where I talk about the best place to live in Phnom Penh is Choi Chung Bar, where I live. And so I know there's a lot of interest. So I thought, well, let's talk about this just for a few minutes. I don't want it to be a long video. And so meanwhile, I'm going to share this tab just so you can kind of see what the traffic is like. Now, this isn't even high speed, but you can see how motorcycles and cars, they'll just take up any space that they can to get around and to move around. Look at this guy right here. He's coming through to make his turn. They're all coming through to make their turn. So then this guy can't go. This one, there he's going. That one's went through. This one, look, he's going to come right between this car. There's not enough room. This car's kind of moving enough to let him through. Everybody just, and this is slow. There's roads where things are going faster. I noticed this one came up. We can look and see what he's got in terms of traffic. Let me see if he's got anything interesting here. Not a lot of traffic right there. Kids in the tuk-tuk. I would love to have some kind of helmet cam or maybe glasses that have a camera on them where, oh yeah, you ride along the side of another vehicle making a turn to kind of have a buffer as you're making a turn. You squeeze through. If there's space, you squeeze through. Absolutely. I do this every day. That's enough room for me to get through. I would get up into this space. Definitely. Here he goes. But this you can see is a faster, look at that guy just came. That one came by really close, right? There's people that come by really close to you as you're driving. Let's see. Look, and then these guys, they just make their turn. They don't care who's coming. So you have to be defensive watching for these people because that's totally normal. Whether it's another motorcycle, a tuk-tuk, or a car, they're going to come and they're going to make a right-hand turn right in front of you as you're coming. Let's see what he's watching here. This guy's he makes a turn. You just go around the behind. You go around behind somebody making a turn. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. And like, if there's no room, then you just make your turn and then merge. Make your turn with the curb. See, this is what he's showing. Make the turn with the curb and then you merge over. You just turn right into oncoming traffic. Yeah. Now, if that tuk-tuk had gone around, then all those people could have turned so all the traffic keeps flowing. Nobody has to stop. Oh, this guy wants to turn left. He decides to drive backwards and then gradually get over. Exactly. See, that one's doing it too. You make your turn next to the curb and then you go across, you merge over when you can. Let's see what he's got. What's he got here? Now, see, this is a bigger street that everyone will go faster on, which is where the thing that I was talking about and showing where I'm concerned. I have to be concerned that somebody could knock me over into the path of a car. Look how fast that car's going. Right? And if you knock me over in the path of a car, then it's it. It's over. Ugh. So what are you guys saying about it? The cyclist was at fault. Yeah. I think that's why her manslaughter was overturned. And Andy says he's seen a lot of cyclists not take precautions. Meshad's delivery cyclist movies portrayed as a hero or a daredevil. Yeah, a lot of people here in Cambodia, they drive like that, like daredevils. And one of the things there, if you can go to a pagoda and have the monks give you a blessing. And you can have them bless your house. You can have them bless your car, your motorcycle. If they bless your car or motorcycle on the side, on the mirrors, they will tie this red string. So like if you're getting a blessing, they'll tie a red string around your wrist. Um, and so people will get their motorcycle blessed, and then they think, well, I can't get in an accident because the monk has blessed me. Seriously. So they drive less less carefully. Um, so this is a danger of living in Cambodia. The roads in this way. I don't really trust a tuk-tuk driver that I don't know, because there's a lot of driving apps, transportation apps like Uber and Lyft. They have different names here. There's Pass App, there's Grab. Those are two big ones. Move is another one that's just kind of been growing. And so you get a random driver, and I don't trust random drivers in a tuk-tuk. There are people that have died in tuk-tuk crashes. Sounds like the hospitals in Saudi Arabia really snow. So if I come here and I put Chanti, Cambodia Space Project. Let me see if there's something. RIP. So this woman here, she was a singer of a band called Cambodian Space Project, and it was her birthday. She had gone out. She was going home in a tuk-tuk, and the tuk-tuk driver did not stop crossing a street. There was a big SUV coming that was speeding. So even if they looked a little bit, which I don't think they did, I think like those tuk-tuks you saw that just pulled around, but they were going straight across, and she got completely T-boned and died. Oh, I guess it just shows her picture. Okay. And that's happened more than once. I mean, and so I don't trust tuk-tuks. They wait for magic before asking Allah to help before doing medical interventions. Wow. That's amazing, Snow, that they do that in Saudi Arabia. It does sound like that. Of course, at the hospitals here, I don't think they pray to Buddha or anything like that before doing. But yeah, the same principle in having that religious belief that you're protected, or that there's that intervention. No, I know you're not joking. I can totally believe that happening. So anyway, I hope it doesn't happen. I don't know why it doesn't happen more. There was a situation I remember years ago, at least 10 years ago, where someone was on the back of a motorcycle. They were like a motorcycle taxi. And the motorcycle, whatever, fell over for some reason. And there was a bus, and the bus wheels ran right over this person's head, completely flat, because they had no helmet on either. I don't know that a helmet would help with that, but yeah, that was not a good accident. So accidents do happen, but for the amount of close tolerances that exist on the roads, it's amazing that more accidents don't happen. I'm sure accidents happen every day. You don't see them every day because one's over here, one's over there. Also, when people drink, they tend to drink a lot, and they're just now starting to try to push, like, don't drink and drive. And I remember when I was working for a marketing agency, we were like, well, what, I came up with like all these different scenarios, like that could be like public service announcement kind of marketing things, to get people, because it's like, okay, well, this is the behavior. They'll go out, they'll drink it, they'll get off work, they'll go to a beer garden, they'll eat their dinner and drink, and then they'll get on their own motorcycles and ride home. And I'm like, well, what about having a designated driver or having a tuk-tuk? or something, and they're like, no, nobody's going to do that. Nobody wants to do that. And of course, back even in the United States and in other Western countries, there was a lot of pushback that nobody wanted to have a designated driver. Nobody wanted to call a taxi. People wanted that control of their own life to just go home whenever they wanted and driving to do it. Snow says you were engaged to a man from there for 3 years. Wow. You wonder what was the last thing that went through his mind. I don't know. But so yeah. Thank you for joining me on this, just a short discussion about the traffic and the risks that are associated, and that you do have to be careful and you have to have a defensive driving mindset when you are on the roads, and you have to be careful on who you get in a vehicle with. In the evenings, there are a lot of drunk drivers, so they might not have the normal reflexes on the road if you're in their way, or some, it's just, it is dangerous, but it's still a good place to live. And when you take your precautions to lower the risks and mitigate the risks as much as possible, it's good. You were a bad girl. Oh, Snow. So that's it. Oh my goodness, it's been 20 minutes. Now, Snow, speaking of Snow, let me add her her channel. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste it right here because Snow is doing something special. And that is that you are going to play some music with some moods and things like this. And we can request a mood that we want, and you will help with that. I'm just going to, before I close out, I'm going to check that I have your comments. I have it turned on. Your comment, the replay comments are turned on. Let me check. Customization. Oh, just a second. I'm here in the YouTube studio. Okay, it is. The live chat replay is there. Gibbo, thank you, Gibbo. This is a case that happened in the UK. I'm sure you're familiar with it. We were kind of talking about Cambodia and the risk of the same kind of thing happening here. Andy says, growing up on bikes, we knew not to get into the street, walk, or cycle against the flow of traffic to see what's coming. But when traffic laws made us get off the sidewalk and travel with the flow, it seemed like even more of a hazard. Yeah, sometimes laws do that, huh? Sometimes the laws have good intentions, and then they make things more difficult. So Gibbo, thank you. I'm glad you're here, but we're ending it as I don't want this video to be that long for replay people to be encouraged to watch it. So thank you. And there's the link to Snow Shepherd. Snow, I'm going to go to your channel and wait for you to post the live so that we can all join in. Please help support Snow by jumping over there. All right. And if you are watching this on replay, there's the channel if you want to go see some of her content. All right. So that's it. And thank you for joining. And I will see you next time. Bye.